He was the muscular athlete who once made me tremble. Now he calls himself my canary in a cage. I used to flinch every time he walked past me. Now he texts me hearts at 2 a.m. and tells me I'm the only one who makes him feel real. It started in the worst way imaginable. His name was Logan Reeve, varsity wrestling star. Tattooed biceps, ego the size of Texas, and the first time we spoke, he slammed his locker so hard it rattled my sketchbook out of my hands. "You always stare at me like that?" he said, voice low, a smirk twisting his lips. I had stared. Of course I had. But not the way he thought. I was drawing him, sketching out the curve of his back as he practiced, how his neck tensed when he lifted weights. It was art. It was also obsession. Maybe it was both. "Sorry?" I muttered, scrambling for my book. Logan stepped on it. He didn't crush it, not really. Just enough to let me know he could. That he saw me. That he was letting me know I existed on his radar now, and not in a good way. "Ethan," he read off the name on my hoodie. "Cool drawings, Ethan. Next time, try something less creepy." Then he winked and walked away. It should have ended there. Didn't. I should tell you something about me. I don't chase storms. I hide from them. But Logan? He was a storm, and no matter how much I tried to avoid the eye of it, he kept pulling me in. Weeks passed. One day I found a folded note stuck in my locker. No name, just a simple line. "You make me look softer than I am." And there, beneath it, a drawing, my drawing copied in pencil with surprising skill. His hand resting on a bench, back arched after a win. The same one I'd drawn from memory. But this time there was a smile on his face. Not his usual cocky grin, something small. Real. I looked up, heart hammering. Across the hall, Logan leaned against the vending machine, arms crossed, eyes already on me. He mouthed something. "Yours was better." After that, everything changed. Not instantly. Not in a fairy tale kind of way. Logan still traveled with his pack loud, shirtless, half arrogant. But he began peeling away from them more often. Sitting next to me in the library, asking me things like, "How do you draw hands so well?" Or, "Do you think people can be good and bad at the same time?" And late one night during finals week, after too many energy drinks and not enough sleep, I found him waiting outside the art room. His hoodie pulled low, eyes darting. "I don't want to go home tonight," he whispered. So I brought him to mine. That was the first night he called my bed safe. The first night I saw the scars on his wrists, old and quiet like forgotten thunder. The first time he touched my face and said, "You look like something fragile someone forgot to break." He kissed me, trembling. And I kissed him back, like I'd been holding my breath for years. But nothing ever stays perfect, especially when you're loving someone who doesn't know how to be loved. It wasn't long before the world outside found us. Rumors started. A photo leaked, Logan leaning against me behind the bleachers, my hand on his thigh, both of us laughing. The school exploded. Whispers, glares, and his silence. He stopped replying. He skipped classes. He showed up to practice high. I confronted him in the parking lot one day. Rain pouring, my sketchbook soaked against my chest. "Say something," I begged. "Lie to me. Tell me you don't feel anything. I'll believe it." Logan didn't look at me, just clenched his jaw and muttered, "I can't be who you want." I wanted to scream, but I just whispered, "Then be who you want." He drove off without another word. The hardest part wasn't losing him. It was the hole he left behind, like something unfinished, something that had started to bloom and got crushed halfway through. Weeks passed. I stopped drawing. Until the school's spring art exhibit came around. I almost didn't submit anything, but in the end I chose one sketch, a quiet one. Logan asleep in my bed, arms curled around my pillow, vulnerability etched into every line. I called it The Boy Who Forgot How to Fly. It won first place, and that's when he came back. He waited for me outside the gallery, hands in his pockets, hair wet from the rain. "I saw it," he said. "You drew me like I mattered." "You do matter," I whispered. His eyes were glassy. "I told my dad last night. About me. About you." I froze. He kicked me out, Logan said simply. Told me I was a waste, that I belonged in a cage. I stepped forward, reaching for him. You're not in a cage. Logan's voice broke. Aren't I? I feel like a canary, Ethan. Pretty, trapped, singing for people who don't listen. No, I said. You're not a canary. You're the reason I hear music at all. He pulled me into his arms. And this time he didn't tremble. He just breathed deep and whole like he'd finally found oxygen. Now it's summer. Logan lives with me and my aunt in a little yellow house with a crooked porch and a cat that sleeps in his laundry basket. He still wrestles, but just for fun. He's thinking of taking art classes in the fall. Says he wants to draw me next. Sometimes he'll lie in my bed, sketching nonsense, and look over at me with that same half-smile he used to hide behind. I still feel like a caged bird some days, he admits, and I just take his hand, squeeze it gently, and say, that's okay. I'll open the window every time. Love didn't save us. We saved each other. And that's the part no one ever draws the after. The stillness, the healing, the softness of two boys in the dark, learning to call their bruises by gentler names. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.